donation site. This is really our administrative panel, which is where the time's been spent focusing in on getting the application built in a way that we can maintain and set up churches. If the church has contacts, not all of this is wired up. It's just coming together. Wired up just meaning some of it's for looks, some of it's actually posting data, some of it's functional. Here's where we have, I'm running locally, so it's probably a little slow as well. We can set up payment pages, for example. So I'm going to show you where I've got one single entry in here for a payment page. And the whole concept of this is that we will have a front end portion where it'll have all the marketing material. It will have the information of how somebody signs up. It will list all of the details on how to actually register the account, and will allow people to register an account on the front end. It won't necessarily register everything that they need for, say, this payment page ID. That would probably be a back end function that we talked about as far as boarding the account. So here you can see I have we name the payment page. That way we can assign it to the church. We indicate the user. The user is driven by when somebody actually creates the account. And when they create the account, that gets logged, and then we associate the payment page and the church to a user, which then helps us kind of determine essentially the how to ultimately fund or where the funding will route. From the church side, if we go to the churches, we will go ahead and actually have the ability to add a church, which is probably what you would expect. So this is just my test church that I'm using. And again, what I would do is I would have somebody register for an account. Now, how would you actually register for an account? I'm logged in right now, but from, say, the donations page or the home page, we would have, and sorry for the background noise, I'm just trying to get this done quickly. We will have, once it goes to the donations page, essentially the landing page. And if I log out, I'll log out, and you'll kind of see what I mean by the landing page. We'll just redirect it where I can actually have somebody register for an account. This is the non-administrative side. This would be for the front end. Not exactly sure. Oh, I know why, because I changed up some of my routing. So we register for an account. This is where the church would actually register for their account. And then from the back end, we would go ahead and set them up as mentioned. Ultimately, just so this is the other part I'm kind of wiring up right now. I think you've seen some of this, customizing the payment page at this stage where I can go ahead and start doing my payment. This has to get wired into the site, but the vision is essentially each church will have a landing page. After the registration, the flow would be they sign up for an account. We build the back end payment pages for them, which would in turn, after payment, route into this. We'll have the flexibility that we talked about where somebody can pick the date of monthly of when they actually want to start billing. That's the reason I went down the customizable route instead of going with the canned package. And then from here, it's pretty much the same. Just process the payment in, and then it goes into the Pay Easy. So I'll give you another update as soon as it comes together, but I wanted to kind of give you a quick idea.